Everybody. Hi, hi, hi. Belated Merry Christmas. I hope you had fun. I hope you were able to spend some time with your family. Okay. Let me say hi to everybody. And I'll see if my dog wants to join. You want to come? You want to come? Come on. Yeah. Okay. Hi. You say hi, baby. Hi. Ask them if they saw your picture. Hello. Hi. Hi, hi, hi. Merry Christmas, everybody. Merry Christmas. Okay. Let me say hi to everyone. Leah, Helene, Kathleen, Fire Butterfly, Consuelo, Amy, Sarah, Gemini, Iris, Fire Butterfly, Z Arashi, Salmar, Leah, iCarmi, Seda, Iris, Reg Pear, Norwegian Wood, Angel Star, Curious Harlow, Cindy, Nikon Lady, Miriam, A. Brown, Fire Butterfly, Leah, Ruby. Okay. From Cali with Love. Okay. Carolyn, Elizar, Bora Winkle, Bang Luna, Saskia, Andy Big Night, Onitopia, Kugi, Michelle Santiago, Norwegian Wood, Kathy, Jolly, Halina, Kemuning, Hitomi, Angel Star, Gemini, Iris, Norking, Alta 4444, Carmen, Cindy, MLB, Jennifer Koopman, Rachel, Taryn, Mama Ja, Maria, Kathleen, okay. Dawn Marie, Sinri, Jennifer, okay. Curious have okay. Jedi Dar, Scrapbook. Hello. Hi everybody. How did you spend your Christmas? So we went to Chicago. I took my mom and Deb back to Chicago. I don't think I've ever taken my mom there in all the years that she's been vacationing here in the US. So I took her there. She liked it. Unfortunately, hi Atsuko Tanji, Wonder Human, Estella. So unfortunately, it rained the almost the entire time we were there. We were just there for 3 days. So first day, while we were traveling, it rained, but when we got there, it stopped. So I was able to take my mom. She always loved shopping. So I took her to the premium outlet, which she did not like. She said it's too small for her. And then I took him to the beach, Coronado Beach. He loves it. He always loves it there. And then it was too dark already, so we just bought dinner and then rested. The next day, I was able to take them to the Old Town, San Diego, which my mom really loved. And she was able to buy like a purse or something. But then right after that, I was gonna take them to Balboa Park. So I took my mom again shopping. So I took her to like Ross and Marshalls because she loves a good bargain. And then um I was gonna take them to Balboa Park so that we can have like just go around the flea market, the open market, and then have some coffee, have some dinner, walk around the park, but it rained. So yeah. And then we went back to the Airbnb. No power. Electricity was out. So I guess we just slept. I don't know how we passed time. It was for about 2 hours. Electricity was out for about 2 hours. And then when finally went back on, it was too dark for us to go anywhere. Although I realized, and then it was still raining. So there was really not much we can do about it. And then the next day was so we were going to leave the next day. I did take them on that was the 25th, and I took them to Balboa Park, but everything was closed. Like absolutely everything was closed except for the actual park. So I just took Debak for a walk, and then that's it. So it's like, well, unfortunately, there's not much we were able to do, but I'm hoping it's the thought that counts. So yeah, and I was which still is a blessing in disguise because initially I was gonna take my mom to San Diego New Year's. But then we have to go to this like appointment and we would have had to cancel the vacation, everything if we went New Year's. So I guess it's sort of I guess a blessing in disguise or something. Um it was thank you for worrying. And no, it was warm. It was warm enough. It wasn't that cold in San Diego. And the only thing was that it was dark. So, but I guess the light from the moon was enough at least for that 2 hours. So, what can you do? Um Hi, everyone. It's freezing, snowing right now in NYC. Give us some snow, please. Family time, played games. Oh, good. That is always the best. I actually kind of miss that. We used to do that during Christmas. When I was younger, back in the Philippines, every Christmas would be like a get together. We would gather together and spend some time together with the entire family. Like all of my first degree cousins and aunts and uncles would all come together, and sounds like Debak had a good time, so I posted some of his pictures. So when you go to of course, anywhere there that is a public area, you need to leash your dog. But there's like I don't know if you've all been to Old Town San Diego, but in the middle is like a huge, like not very big, but like a park in the middle. So I let him loose there and he was running, and that's how I was able to take the pictures that I posted. He had a good time. Dewak had a good time in that like 30 minutes that he was free. He made the most out of it. It was running around. He found a playmate, another dog, and he charmed everybody there. So it was a pretty good time. Freezing rain. Uh, well, give some. It's also raining here. We had a snowstorm here on Toronto. Is everybody okay? Got a shop, Gold Coast in Chicago. Um, is that a good one? I, my mom will be up to it, of course. Okay, so I still want to take it easy. It's still the holidays. And I feel like there's so much that happened in the last several months, good and bad. Um, and I just want like us to be all positive for New Year's. I want 2026 to be just about positivity. Of course, we'll still be covering news and stuff like that, but I really want to just focus. It's BTS's comeback. We've been waiting for them for 3 years, and I just really want us to just focus on their comeback, what they are preparing for us, and all the good things. So um, I am already manifesting that 2026 will be our year. Not just BTS's year, but it's our year. We will achieve all of the goals that we have for each other, that we have for ourselves, that we haven't achieved, and miracles are going to happen. 2026 is going to be a great year. It's going to be a great year for everybody. Okay. So that's what I'm manifesting for 2026. And so I just want to keep everything positive. As I've said, I will still be covering like controversial topics and stuff like that, especially in the online magazine. But for the most part, I want to keep things positive. Okay, so let's put away V spamming the cafe. I know. So I have some of the pictures that he posted. Some people were asking if you can still register in the fan cafe. I am actually not sure. Of course, I've been registered in the fan cafe for a long time. I've never really used it. I mean, I'm there, but I've never posted. Nothing like that. I simply joined because they were there. But then, for the most part, I was still very much relying on uh, the translations of BTS of Bangtan subs. So yeah, that's how I actually would know if anything's going on, if they're doing anything. So that's the answer to your question. I think you can still register. It's just that personally, I've never had. I can't help you because all that I've done is register and look at it, and then there's, but I don't participate. Nothing. So, but I posted the link on the fan cafe in Patreon if you want to try and register. You need a Kakao account. I'm so grateful for everyone who reposts the other to other SM platforms because I follow enough. What is the link? Okay, give me 1 second. I'll post here. 1 second. I know that during the military service, the one that often goes there is Suga. He actually went there several times. He never posted, but you know that they log in because they are there is a change in the date or something like that. Okay. Give me 1 second here. You can go here. I understand that you have to pass. Yes. So there's like an exam. There's a test for you to that is true. Um yeah, it seems so distant now. Because I've, when was the last time? Prior to today, I think it's been years since I logged on because they don't anymore. BTS has not posted there in such a long time. The only reason I decided to log in again is V. So, just to see what he posted. But then you didn't miss anything if you are in social media, in any social media, then you would have seen everything that he posted. You can't register anymore. Only the people who are already members can access it. Oh, okay. So Don said that you can't register anymore. Okay. All right. So here are some of the pictures that he posted, and it was from Wayang Yonwa. My gosh, I was so grateful to V for just giving. It was such a nostalgic thing to do for him to go back to the fan cafe, something that they haven't used in a long time, and for posting something related to Wayang Yonwa. Because I do feel like thank you for being our link to it. My account is dusty as well. I know. I haven't really posted in a long time. I haven't done anything there in a long time. So I have this gut feel. Okay, before I get there, before I go there, let's just go through some of the pictures that he posted. Um, the chat is not moving. Was I blocked? What did I do? No, you're not. Elizar 888, you're not blocked. I'm not. I did not block you. Try just refreshing. Maybe there's just you're lagging or something. Just try refreshing. Taya is so nostalgic and sentimental, so not surprised he is posting on there again. Okay, so these are some of the pictures that he posted. Elizar 888. Okay, Elizar 888, Bang Luna is asking you a question. Did everyone read the New York Times article about BTS comeback? So I saw the New York Times article, but that guy, the writer, I'm not really a fan of him. Not that I need to be objective in what he's saying, but I'm also trying to be careful because I don't want to give my engagement to writers who have not been, who have done questionable things towards BTS. Now, I just want to make it clear that I'm not saying that there is no veracity or you can't trust anything that he says. You know, even in court, just because you killed one doesn't mean you kill everybody else. So just because he said something questionable once doesn't mean that everything that he says is questionable. Just want to make that clear, okay? But that writer has said several things that about BTS and have you know, amplified messages against BTS that are just way too irresponsible. I I don't have problems with writers and journalists who criticize BTS on terms of the quality of their work. Like if it is an objective analysis, if it is a critical if it is a constructive criticism, and I know the difference, I trust myself knowing the difference, uh and I don't have to explain that to anybody. I just trust myself to know the difference between critical criticism and destructive criticism. And so I also know when a writer intentionally platforms people or allows people in their platform that would just be disrespectful. Again, I don't have any problems with criticisms. That's fine. It's all part of it. It's just that if you're going to platform somebody that is going to say that will be criticizing BTS or any artist for that matter, be responsible and make sure that you ask the right questions so that you're not just spewing hate. You have to be um ask for ask for substance. Basically, if you're going to say, oh, I think this is a horrible performance, okay, you're gonna have to walk me through that. Why is it a horrible performance? I think that's the least a journalist can do. So if I see a journalist that is, or if I read something from a journalist that is very irresponsible and would just allow anybody to talk to spew hate without asking for substance, I know the purpose. It's just clickbait and whatever. And so um I've just been choosy. So I just this is just not a journalist that I would trust. I'm not saying that you shouldn't trust him. As I've said, I just want to make it clear that just because one person, a journalist, makes a mistake one time, doesn't mean that they are not to be trusted at all. Of course, you can, some people slip up or whatever. I'm not perfect. So but he's just done it several times, and so I just decided, no. But I have fun reading the article, that's why. And there are some people posting about it in Patreon. I did not stop them. I don't stop people from doing it. Go ahead and talk about it. Just personally, I will not join the conversation. But yes, there is a New York Times article about it. I heard he said some good things, so great. So have fun reading, but I can't contribute. Okay, that was a long spill just to explain where I stand, because I simply do not want to be misunderstood. I'm not saying that he's not credible at all. I'm not saying that. I'm sure he has written other things that are credible and that are great. And based on the things that I've been hearing about this article, he's probably saying great things about BTS. It's just a personal thing. This is a personal choice, and I'm not trying to influence anybody. Okay. All right. Um, so that's where I stand. It's like a 10-minute rant. If they don't retract after the missteps or false attempts statements, then they are not trustworthy. The PR director of Canadian Goose is following Jimin ambassadorship incoming. Well, let's see. I, you know, let's see until they say something. Okay, when it happens over and over again, it's not a mistake; it's a choice. Yeah, yeah, and I guess that's why I don't gravitate towards him, because he's done it several times. Um, yeah, and as I've said, if you're going to interview somebody who's going to criticize anybody, not just BTS, but anybody, ask for substance. Don't just say like saying allowing somebody like, oh, it's not cool. Is that a review? Like saying, oh, it doesn't look cool. That's a review for you? Like, really? Okay. Um, so this one of the pictures that V posted on the cafe, and this is another one. So this are he said that he doesn't remember whether it was Run BTS or I Need You or something, but it's just something that he has had for several times. So for him to dig deeper into his photo bank, then maybe he really wants to give a like a cute warm gift to armies. Okay, and then that's Coca-Cola. Probably. They're drinking Coca-Cola. Nike following Hobie and sent him a Christmas gift. He is the BTS. Hi, is the BTS have a single? Not yet. Not yet. No, nothing announced yet. Jungkook released a cover. Okay, so and this is the back view of Jimin, and we know that that is Jimin because we know them from 500 miles away, but also because there's a side view which he also posted, so that confirms that is Jimin. Just the beak itself is very evident. I wonder how organized test images are. I know, right? And how he actually keeps them. Like, does he have a cloud? Does he have? And this is J Hope. I think this is I Need You. I think so. And then of course Jin. I'm pretty sure that all of you know the entire I Need You extended version getting deleted and then uploaded again, and there's a different ending and stuff like that. I'm sure that you know that. So this is, I think, from one of those specific scenes that were deleted and then brought back and whatever. Any theories that this post on Fan Canfe has anything to do with the album theme? I do. Give me 1 second. So this is another picture, and this is of Jungkook looking out the the waters. I'm definitely getting some Hobie design sneakers. Okay. Um, and then and then Arm also posted. I was trying to figure out if it's the oh, so thank you V. I just want to thank V for all those for it was just like a nostalgia hit. It was so nostalgic because I haven't really been on the fan cafe for a really long time. And then for him to sort of jolt everybody back into the fan cafe with all of those pictures, it's like throwing you back 10 years. So I'm so grateful for V for what he has done. If I can just give him a warm hug, I will do it because I'm so grateful for all the posts. Um, Asian entertainment. No, I know nothing about this. Okay. I feel so bad for Stray Kids that made the song Do It, which is the slogan of Nike. And it's J Hope who gets the call. Okay. Um, all right. And then, of course, the Vogue feature for V is already out. So I don't know how to order. But here are some pictures. This was sent to me by some of V's fan bases. So I don't know if V is the creative director, but I like it. I like all the photos, all of it. I like all of it. So here's another one. This is your emotional support pics of the day. I love it. I love the black and white. I love everything. I wish I could get a copy. And here's one more. His face is so versatile, huh? Um, it was the upload and removal of the song you mentioned. You don't know anything about it? Oh, oh, okay, all right, okay. After this part, I will talk about it. Give me 1 second. Just remind me if I don't. Okay, so this is his post. A caption. This is a caption of the photo dump that he did. He said, "I don't remember if this is I Need You or Butterfly, but okay." So that, and then he said, "Anyway, it's the spot we filmed the MV, and either in the next or next to the next one. I'll spoil the album photos a little bit." So a lot of people are kind of confused what he said, but I take it to mean, so all of my friends are on vacation. I don't want to I don't want to disturb them. So I think what he meant is that in the next post or the post after that, he is going to spoil album photos a little bit. So I think that's what he meant. Like in the next post, when he posts next, or the one after that, he's going to spoil some album photos. Now, it wasn't clear whether he's going to be posting in the fan cafe again or somewhere else. So, okay. So that's how I interpreted it because everyone thought he was talking about the album. Like he was saying in our next album or in the album after that. That's what initially people thought he said. And initially that's what I thought he said as well. You know how bad the translations are. So, I was like, "Oh my god, there are two? Like are they going to release a trilogy?" Is that what he was saying? But I was reading it. I think what he said is that in the next post, remember they dropped the subject and he is posting. So I think what he's saying is in the next post or the post after that one, I will spoil the album photos a little bit. Okay. Fire Butterfly, did he post some cat paws? Uh a lot of armies. So yes, so he did post a some cut cat pause, and so did RM, but I think they were able to deduce it. It actually belongs to um the kid of their designer, stylist, or something like that. So I don't think they own the cat. And either RM or okay. Um all right. So just to explain a little bit. Well, I did not know that you didn't know, so I would have uh, prepared some at least screenshots if you don't know. So when I Need You was the original upload of I Need You, when they originally uploaded it, the ending was different. The ending was different. So in the ending, um, so Jin was holding a picture, if I remember it correctly. But so that was the original upload. So he was holding a picture. He took a picture. Sorry, in the video, he took a picture of all of them. The six, because he was the one holding the camera, and then in the ending, I'm trying to recall what it was. And then in the ending, after the credits, he was gone. Am I correct? Like the six in the original picture, there was seven of them, and then but 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 towards the end, he was gone, and the six were there. Um, can you share the link to the fan cafe? I did. Here it is again. Do you have the original captured and stored? Yes, I do. I'll upload it. I did not know that you guys didn't know about it. I would have prepared it if had I known. So, yeah, so I will upload it. So yeah, the original was that in the body he was taking pictures and there were seven of them, and then towards the end after the credits he was gone. Jin was gone and the six members were there. And so that actually started this whole like craziness, like insanity of theories in social media. That specifically was the beginning of the like the guessing, like the theories and what's happening, what the story is about. And so after I think about a week, they took it down and changed the ending. And then so in the ending it was just like an ordinary thing, which was the seven of them in a picture. And so that actually ignited the time travel theory, which ended up being correct. So um yeah, so I think that was like that was the beginning of all these theories and whatever. And also that was like the first time armies got a clue that whatever this is like a long narrative. Like this is going to span different eras and different comebacks. That was the video that drove everybody crazy and gave that impression. If you would remember, there is this producer who kept on insisting that. If you would remember, there's somebody who keeps on accusing Hype that they're boring or that they know nothing about creating controversies or creating marketing. That is not true. Because if you were there, if you were already an army during that time, my God, the social media just blew up. Just like everyone was talking about, well, just questioning what that was about. And then I think they did re-upload at some point the original version, but I will upload the original version so that you will see it. But yeah, that was what it was. That was what it was about. Jin also had a family dog that passed as well. Okay. Mickey is featured in J Hope's sister's vlog. She features Mickey a whole lot. The marketing team and the story teams are amazing. Asian and the whole regarding yeah. It's amazing. So whenever you hear like, oh, you're boring, it's predictable, whatever, you just like, dude, if you were just there during that era, oh my god, the insanity on social media that caused that one single extra 30 minutes of clip, that the chaos that it caused. So I'll upload the original version on Patreon so that you guys can watch it. I think at some point they re-uploaded it as well, but I can check. Okay, just a glimpse of what it was in the early years of BTS. It was also such a fun time when when all the theories started popping up and people were starting to guess here that what was the theory about. They were trying to connect it to dope, if there's any connection to dope into this one, stuff like that. So okay, and then I haven't gotten my copy. I ordered Rolling Stone UK, but I haven't gotten it. I haven't gotten any of the things that I've ordered, not even the Are You Sure photo book. So unfortunately, I thought I was gonna get it before Christmas, but that didn't happen. Okay, so this is so Rolling Stone UK. This is for Jungkook. These are just scans given to me by fan bases of Jungkook. So these are some of the pictures in Rolling Stone UK. We get a little like a closer look at the tattoos. So that's it's as you can see, it's extending all the way to his shoulder blades. I'm just wondering if he's gonna extend it a little bit more. Do you want to go down, baby? Okay. You say bye bye to everybody. Say bye bye. Tell them if Ask them if they like your pictures. Ask them if they like your pictures. You were so happy in your pictures, baby. Say bye bye. Say bye 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 bye. Okay. He's not comfortable because I'm squishing him. Okay. I have only seen content from others who have the magazines. Yeah, they back the pictures. They back are the pictures are so cute. Um so okay, so that's this so these are just scans given to me by some of Jungkook's fan bases. I don't know who scanned them, but oh, there's like there's a watermark. I just can't read what the watermark is. So this is the full picture, and this is just a close up of that picture, just so we can have a closer look of his face and also of his tattoo. And that is a closer look at the tattoos. I, I have to really commend policy for w- what he's doing with the tattoo, because when I first saw the tattoo, I was like, what is that? Whoever did his tattoos first, but now it's such a work of art. I really love it. Okay, JK Collector. So she said it says JK Collector. So that's if you want to visit X JK Collector, if you want to visit the profile. Okay, there you go for the tattoos. And then these are some of the quotes allegedly from the magazine. I don't want to be pushed along by trends. I want to be an artist who create trends. I hate being bound by rules and limitations. Becoming an endless, ever evolving artist. That is the person I want to become. Um, go. Jongko can be one, and I'm sure he will become that. So, this is UK. Jungkook, Rolling Stone UK, and this is one of another picture of him, no watermark, probably from the same person. It was dumped to me by the same account. I just don't know if they were the ones who scanned it. Oh, sorry, they did say they weren't the ones who scanned it. And here's another quote: "The time when I created Seven was an extremely important and special time for me. Until now, I can continue to make music because of this song. The song Seven gave me the idea of starting again." I kind of feel that if you would remember, he did say that before doing Seven, he actually had no plans to go solo, because he really was just enjoying his time of rest. And at that time, it's like, yeah, you can't blame him. He started grinding it at what, like 14, 13, and then started training 14, 15 with Big Hit. So him thinking about resting is not like an insane idea. I mean, since you were 15 and he was, you know, so I kind of understood. I just felt like you're so talented. You're like the main vocalist of BTS. Come on now. So I guess that song was important to him because it kind of gave him an idea on just how much he can actually push commercially and probably artistically, the things he was able to do during the recording, being able to finish a song in like in 5 hours of recording. That speaks of just how talented he is. So thank you, Seven. Thank you for coming into Jungkook's life. Yeah, we're it's such an important song for him. Okay. Next picture. JK Rook took months off. He deserved the time. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I mean, if for some reason in the future he says, "Nah, I don't want to sing anymore," he's done enough. But as you can see in this interview, I feel like he communicated how hungry he is to continue his growth as a solo artist. So I'm looking forward to that as well. But he also said that for now, his priority is the group. Okay. Next picture. Here's another picture of him, just a close up. Oh, he said this. So this is a quote. During my military service, even if I wanted to make music, the conditions simply weren't right. But precisely because of that, the desire to make music grew stronger inside of me. I've mentioned this several times that you cannot. They are not allowed to do any kind of work that will allow them to make money while they were in the military. So there's really nothing that they could do. He can, even if he wanted to write songs or record anything, even if there is no promotion, he couldn't do it because they're not allowed to do anything that would promote, or they can release existing material, something that they already did, but they cannot promote it. Um, Anything that will make them earn money, they couldn't do it. So that's what he was referring to. That it's just not right. That he couldn't do it even if he wanted to. I'm also excited about my future solo artist activities. I want to study dance more, especially street dance, and become better at it. And then he did say, I'm genuinely looking forward to the new BTS album promotional activities with the members and meeting Army again. So they're very consistent with this. They always say that they're excited to see how we're going to react to the songs and stuff. I'm excited as well. And then he did say that he was on a diet and he's only eating once a day. Okay, so he needs to lose weight. So more pictures of him. There you go. More pictures. More pictures. So whoever sent this to me, just say thank you to that person. Okay, so this is a tight shot of this zoomed out photo of him. If they did make music, wouldn't it belong to the military during the service? Yes. Any work that they did outside of the military, well, any work that they did that will allow them to earn money, it will belong to the military. Because there were like a lot of people questioning as to why they were releasing music and stuff like that, because those were done before they entered the military. Any work they do while in the military. And also that's why they're very careful in like framing activities that they prepared for. Like a lot of fans, and I kept on hinting it, a lot of you wouldn't get it. Whenever people are saying that, oh, they must have planned it while they were in the military. No, they weren't planning anything while they were in the military. Because had they planned anything that they will do in relation to that planning, even if after they were already discharged, even if it was released after they were discharged, it's going to belong to the military. So that's why they all were very consistent in saying there's not much we can do. We weren't really doing anything. We're in the military. Okay. So now we all understand that, right? Okay. If they did make music, okay. I answered that question. Next. Next photo. So a little bit closer, a closer look of the tattoos on this side. So I think it was retouched. And I also think that the what do you call that? The clef? The music, whatever that is. I think they retouched it for sure. And everything around it was retouched because it didn't look like that before. So yeah, I just love Policy and the things that he did for him. Um, since he still has the lip piercing, must have been a while ago. I was so sad to hear that Tesh's shoulder is hurting him so bad that he had to stop the gym. He was enjoying that so much. Yeah. Okay, we'll get to that. Okay, and then here's some more pictures of that. I think he also retouched armies, everything on his hand. So the armies, the crown, J. I think he retouched all of that. Okay. Yeah. And then yes, and then RM posted. So I was debating whether or not RM actually lost a lot of weight. I think he did, but initially I was thinking like maybe it's the glasses because he's wearing like huge glasses. But I think he just really lost a lot of weight and treble clef. Okay, that's what it's called. Um, so I think the decision to try and lose weight isn't just for vanity. I think that's going to be what's healthier for them in the long run if they're going to do a lot of dancing in their future concerts because you need to be in the right weight for your knees to actually take it. And they've all been saying like they now feel differently because they're a little older. They don't recover as much, which is related to what V said. He's currently injured. He said that's why he's not training. I think it happened in the Dionysus era. If you would remember, he was rolling over on a desk um, during one of the segments of Dionysus, and he's not a natural acrobat. So it's something that he had to learn just for that specific purpose. I do remember there was this clip showing him minding and it was an actual performance, minding the shoulder. But even before that, they had a Bangtan Bam where he actually said it was hurting because he was rolling over. And I think yeah, I think just that because he didn't attend to it, it made it worse. Um, so I'm sure he's gonna. The only thing is that I hope he doesn't have to get surgery for it because that would be just devastating for him. Uh, but I hope it gets better for him. Okay, yes, RM looks younger. They are working out more in preparation for the concert. Yeah. It's just that because a lot of people are like on social media, especially on Facebook and on X, they're like, oh, you shouldn't diet because you should love your body as is. It's like it's a matter of survival. It's not about vanity. It's not about vanity. They just need to be in their right weight. Um, for their knees to be able to support all the dancing that they are going to be doing. And they are already in their 30s. So they need to be in the right weight. It's not about vanity. It's just them knowing how to take care of themselves. If they want to finish this tour in one piece, then they need to actually do this. Okay, next. If it does, this is the time to get it done. Okay, and then that's RM doing a lot of cardio, so it's really about losing weight at this stage. More from RM, and that I don't know who that is, but it seems to be some sort of a photo shoot. Initially, I thought it was Suga. I thought the height would be right, just right. If it was Suga, could still be Suga. I don't know, but if it was Suga, then he would have tagged him. So probably not. That's why ballerinas are always in shape. Yeah, you imagine it was someone from BTS. They're running a lot. They are running a lot. That is RM's father. Okay. And then he said, bye bye, bad memories. So, and also that's what kind of my focus is, just like him. I want to leave all the bad memories of 2025 behind and really start anew in 2026. So that's why I'm trying to just stay positive, just want to concentrate on positive things. And then, and that includes, not just them, but just like life in general. Just want to be very, very positive so that um, we can be like in our best selves for 2025. So he has said goodbye to 2025 bad memories. Excuse me. Let's all do that as well and just focus on the good things. Okay. Let's focus on the good things. And then this was posted by him in his story. So I think this is just the concierge service because people are like asking who these people are, who's Minji and whatever. It's just a concierge service. It's actually it says it there. Um, so I think it's just a gift that they were doing. And then their Shore magazine posted the unboxing of Lador Beauty box. So if you can just go there so that you can give it some views. It was posted like, I don't know, 8 hours ago. They initially posted one and then they re-uploaded a long form video. I just think that there are some, not me being all knowing and whatever, just some my 2 cents. I feel like they could have done this better. Lador could have ruled this out better. I have a feeling they didn't realize the kind of impact that Jimin is going to give their brand because I was watching their unboxing and someone else was doing the unboxing. And I thought, why could you not have done it with Jimin? If Jimin was the one who's unboxing all of these things, he would sell out all of those products in the US. So I don't know, maybe they underestimated. They really didn't think about the effect and all, which is kind of odd because if you are a brand, then you should have known the effect. So yeah, I guess my point is that they could be doing this rollout a little better to maximize Jimin's name. Okay. Lador doesn't seem to understand the Jimin impact. Yeah. They have to increase their stamina. So running is one way to increase. My boss, then he got fired. Will 2026 let us focus on the good things? Yeah. We are going to focus on the good things. So yeah, that's just my 2 cents on Lador. I think they could be doing this rollout better. Or maybe there's something that they are preparing. We just need to wait. But even for an initial stage, I feel like they could have done better. I feel like they could have done better. But okay. All right. Next. Oh, I was just like so I was watching 7 and 8, and then was just gathering materials for my video, and somebody sent this to me and said, "Oh, look at the head size difference in their head size." So Jimin is known for having like a very small face. I think he has the smallest face in BTS, and also because he has the smallest frame. The smallest frame. Okay, so that's why he also has the smallest face. But I think this picture actually emphasized that more. It's hair oil. Yeah, they specialize on hair, so they have some hair. They have some shampoo, conditioner, hair mask. So it's all about hair products, which I think is probably the reason Jimin chose it because it's specific to hair. Um, and he has the thickest hair in BTS. My God, you can't even see his scalp. But yes. Okay, so it was funny because someone mentioned to me, it's like, you can see the difference in the head size because Jungkook doesn't have a big head, but still it looks bigger beside Jimin because Jimin has such a small face. Okay, Jimin and Suga are the same size, but Jimin is smaller. That makes sense. Yeah. Okay. Next. This was part of a scan. I haven't gotten my photo book, which is pissing me off because I was excited to to get it. But this is one of the scans, and I thought Romeo and Juliet. They like this. They like this because they have several photos similar to this, where one is looking up at the other. So there, just a cute picture of the two. And then I included this picture just because I like his beak is showing. I want to try tear tear. Their makeup though, and I don't use makeup. That's the only problem. Okay, I guess lipstick. And then who achieved 2.2 billion streams on Spotify? Congratulations to who. I think he is the fastest now to get to 2.2 billion. Okay, next. US Spotify, it's a miracle that who is still there because usually because of Christmas, like the first 100 is going to be occupied by Christmas songs. So usually this is how it happens. So when I opened US Spotify, I was shocked that it was still here. It is still here. So it is holding on So please continue streaming that. It has now spent a total of 497 on US Spotify, and it's the only one that is there for now. Of course, Golden is there and stuff like that. But yeah, so it survived. It's been there for 497 days. And once all the Christmas songs drop out, then he's going to move up. Okay. And then JK to Jimin, you have a baby face. That was a compliment that I think Jimin finally like felt good accepting. um Tear is amazing both for moisturizer and makeup. Yeah, I don't really use facial products. The only thing that I put on my face is coconut virgin oil. Virgin coconut oil. That is it. The one that I buy from Trader Joe's, that's it. I don't even wash my face just with water. And then after that, I apply virgin coconut oil, coconut virgin oil. Okay, so and then but on global Spotify, how did test Christmas year? I haven't paid attention. Okay, let me put it here. So for global Spotify though, there's a lot of Korean based songs or Asian songs that actually by Asian artists that actually made it. One of which is Gabriela. It retained its position. I mean, it managed to stay inside global Spotify for at 120, 116 or 118. So it's been there for 189 days. Congratulations to Cat's Eye. And of course, who is still there? This is global Spotify. The initial one is US Spotify. And it has now a total of 525 in global Spotify. So several times it has dropped out of US Spotify, but not global Spotify. And then 124, you have Jin for Don't Say You Love Me. It's been there for 224 days. I hope that we can keep it there. So right now, I think, okay, I'm not sure about that. So I'll verify first before I let you guys know. So 124 for then Don't Say You Love Me. And then One of the Girls by The Weeknd featuring Jenny and Lily Rose Depp. It has been there for 810 days and it is currently at 138. Okay. And then Seven is there at 143. It's been there for 896 days. Imagine that. My God, it has not left the chart. So yeah, 896 days. Oh my gosh. And then Apathy is still there, 434 days, 160. It's currently at 161. And then the last one is Like Jenny, 293 days. It is currently at 199. And then, of course, Winter Ahead, it is at number 200 right now. It's a re entry. Before that, it's 350. It is also on the UK charts for downloads, singles downloads. It entered the UK charts. So I think we just need a better plan for next year for the Christmas songs of BTS. Because I did not see anything this year um that sort of that was a bit more concrete when it comes to Christmas planning. But I feel like, if the fandom focused on playing the Christmas songs of BTS, it would have made it. But no such plans. Yeah, a lot of I think one of the problems that we're having right now is that a lot of the accounts that are focused on initiating products when it comes to, sorry, projects that are focused on streaming, whatever. They're currently in hiatus and are actually waiting for the return of BTS. I think that's one of the biggest problems. No one is really there to organize things. But I hope that in their return, we can plan something for the next Christmas for their Christmas songs. Okay. I think that is it for my news and updates. Is this true? Do we have any Germans here? Just this is not related to BTS. I just saw this and I just had to ask a question. Is this true? In Germany, supermarkets installed pet parking pods, ventilated, temperature controlled kennels where dogs can rest while owners shop. Is that true? I'm sure American producers are salivating at the chance to work with JK again after BTS comeback. Golden has done so well. Oh, I'm sure. I am sure. Okay, questions before I move on to the next topic. Was Mariah Carey still number one this year for Christmas? No. It is number one among all Christmas songs. Yes. Yes. I saw White Christmas with Bing and Te had been rising on charts. It is rising on charts, but it's actually Winter Ahead that sort of made a bigger mark, I guess is the right way of saying it. Entered, as I've said, official chart in the UK. That's the equivalent of Billboard Hot 100. It did not enter Billboard Hot 100, which is what I'm talking about. I think we could have easily done it if there was enough planning. Unfortunately, there isn't any. There's also a never seen it like that in Germany. Okay, so must be a random internet post. So happy that when our head is holding on such a lovely song. Yeah, that's what I'm talking. I think we could have done better if someone actually just went out of their way to plan. Okay, all right. So next is I was actually going to show you something, some videos before I move on to the next topic, which is about the sweets. So I did some research, got some pricing. I'm going to be talking about that, but let me show you some videos. So in the last map of the world, sorry, map of the soul tour, the one that was canceled, the CEO of Ticketmaster actually went on air and said that on the day of BTS ticketing, a billion people logged in. They logged on to Ticketmaster to try and get a ticket. No, it is actually real, the pet parking, and it links to your phone. Oh, said it's real. I hope we can do that here. Okay, um, so this guy is the CEO.
And BTS. I mean, there's a great example.
Can you hear it?
You know, we sold.
Can you hear what he's saying? So this is him talking about. They were actually talking about, just for context, what he was talking about was how in sports events, buying expensive tickets is like a badge of honor for sports fans. And he was complaining how he was getting blamed for, I can't remember if it was Beyonce tickets or Taylor Swift ticket prices. I can't remember which of the two. But he was like, Here you are castigating me for all of these tickets." When in fact, if you watch like a sports event, it's like 20,000 for a ticket. And you're complaining about like $700. He said that in his opinion, tickets are actually underpriced, he said. Okay. So this is him talking about, and he said, so that was the original intent. And then he said towards the end, he said, "Oh, and you know, BTS, like they were, um, let me make the volume, like BTS was actually, they had like about a billion people actually logged on to Ticketmaster on the day that they were,
Stuff, but and BTS. I mean, there's a great example of K-pop. You know, we sold out. We're
is
selling out
that better?
stadiums around the world. Did 2 stadiums here. Had a billion people hit our websites the day they went on sale trying to get tickets.
Thank you. Great to have
Did you hear that? So a billion people here once again.
Stuff, but and BTS. I mean, there's a great example of K-pop. You know, we sold out. We're selling out stadiums around the world. Did 2 stadiums here. Had a billion people hit our websites the day they went on sale trying to get tickets.
Thank
Okay, so that's what he said. So a lot of people are saying like, "Oh, it must have included what snow." What is it? What, you can't hear it? So yeah, a lot of people kept on asking me like, "Is it true? Like, how is it even possible that a billion people was logged on?" The guy don't know. I don't. That's what he said. You hear it from him. He actually said there were a billion people who were trying to purchase a ticket, trying to get a ticket for the BTS concerts. So, the BTS concert. Let's just assume that bot was included, probably, um, even if very low volume. Let me
Stuff,
see.
but and BTS. I mean, there's a great example of K-pop. You know, we sold out. We're selling out stadiums around the world. Did 2 stadiums here. Had a billion people hit our websites the day they went on sale trying to get tickets.
Thank you.
Okay, is that better? So yeah, now that's him. That's the CEO talking about a billion people being in their platform trying to get tickets. So even if it is an exaggeration and people say, oh, bot is probably included in that. Okay, let's just assume that it's only one fourth. It's only one fourth of what we're actually that there's only half, like, or even one fourth. That's 250,000 people trying to log on to get tickets. And remember, like 250,000 people will not just buy one ticket. They'll probably buy the maximum, which is four. So and that was back in Map of the Soul tour. That was before the pandemic. And I keep on telling people this, and I keep on saying it in my videos. We have never seen the peak of BTS. It seemed like they peaked because everyone kept on comparing their records to BTS. Like, oh, we broke BTS's record and blah, 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 and blah, blah, blah. BTS has not peaked. They have not done a stadium tour. They have not done a proper promotion in the US, believe it or not, for all the things that they have achieved. They have not done an actual uninterrupted US and Europe promotional tour. They have not done any of that. They were about to, and then pandemic happened. So the popularity that we are experiencing and we are seeing, that was spoiled by the pandemic. So um yeah. It's it is it's if you think it was difficult before, then it is hell. In the next one. It's going to be hell. Um BTS, the Super Bowl of concerts, if he was counting all the stops, yes, a billion people is plausible. That's what I thought. But people just let's just assume the worst, right? You know me. I like tempering my expectations. So let's just say half. It's still 500,000 tickets. And if each of that person gets at least two tickets, we're done. Like we're done. Wasn't their last tour scheduled for 72 stops? That was the talk. That was the like news, but they never actually got to the point where they were going to announce it. I will never forgive COVID. I had silver soundcheck barricade for one of the Toronto shows. Oh my gosh, I hope you get it again. Sending you all my positive energy. Ticketmaster doesn't care. They know fans will pay the price. I just want one ticket. I don't care where the seat is in the stadium. The site is going to crash. So they are saying that they have vastly improved it since the Eras tour. Because if you would remember, uh, Taylor Swift actually raised he waged war against them because of that, because fans couldn't get tickets and stuff like that, and then it crashed. It kept on crashing. So but they said, and so here we are again. But the other thing is that we don't even know if Big Hit is going to partner with them. They probably will. Well, who knows? Crazier things have happened, right? So okay, I hope they come back to Las Vegas. I had a fantastic time. They will come back to Las Vegas. Why don't we talk about ticket prices? So I did some research. As you know, in Patreon, we're already starting some planning, and some people actually want to go to like get a suite for the concert. And I am planning to get a suite. I'm and see, maybe people can join, and that was the whole point of doing that planning in Patreon. So I sent out questionnaires, and then the next step will be for us to get like a group going. Okay, however, I just also want, because everyone is excited. Okay, everyone is excited, and I am excited as well, but I also wanted to just level off people's expectations, because this is not going to be cheap. This entire thing is not going to be cheap, and this is going to be used by a lot of haters to try and um, create a controversy around BTS. Inflation is real. It actually happens. It's very present in this day and age. And so prices of the tickets are going to be more expensive than it was before. Back then, I think I was able to buy like I can't remember my ticket price, but I think it was like 700 or maybe 500. So with inflation, and it's a global inflation, that's going to go up. So it's not impossible for some ticket prices to be like 2 grand or something, regular, not resell. So and people are going to make an issue out of it. They will make an issue out of it. They're going to say that BTS is trying to break somebody's record. That's why they're hiking up prices. They're going to say it's a cash grab. They're going to say this and that. They are going to use that against BTS. Okay. Um. All right. All right. So that's the preamble to that. So I researched some ticket prices, and remember this was okay. You'll see. So for Allegiant, this is from their official site. Club suite for Morgan Wallen's concert is 13,500. So this is not the ground level suite. Okay, this is like third level suite. 13,500. Club suite for Ed Sheeran is between 10,500 to 15,500. And then lodge, which is a smaller one, is anywhere between 1,500 to 2,500. And then for WrestleMania, so these are different events because, as you know, a suite is actually owned by someone already, right? So it is rented for an entire year by someone. And that someone has the liberty to rent it out on certain events. Okay. So to a certain degree, they set the price. They will say how much they actually want to rent out the suite. So what usually happens is for Allegiant, for the people in the stadium, they would tell the owner of the suite how much they're suggesting, what is the price that they are suggesting the rental price to be. Because they kind of want the same price for all of those suites, right? Not for those suites to not be drastically different. So that is like, so it is natural for the price to fluctuate depending on who the performer is. So that's why I'm giving you different performers so that you know, or different events so that you kind of see where you're at. So Club Suite for WrestleMania is 26,500. So if you would see, if you can just compare WrestleMania versus Ed Sheeran, it's the same suite but drastically different prices. One is 26,500 and one is 15,500. So you kind of have to estimate where is BTS there and then add inflation, and that's where it's going to be. So let's just say a club suite is about 20 people and it is BTS. So decide, is it going to be 26,500 higher end and then add inflation. So you'll probably end up at like 35, something like that. So and these are direct event prices listed on the suite. So it's from Allegiant itself. This is not from resell. There are sites that would resell the suite. That happens. So but just be prepared that this is what you are going to be expecting to pay if you want to rent a suite, or if you're going to join somebody else's suite. This is your price range. I am hoping changes have been made so bots and non-fans don't pick up tickets to resell. So Ticketmaster already implemented that rule where the promoter, the management, or the artist can make a call as to whether or not allow they will restrict the reselling of tickets at cost. So if you bought a ticket and you need to resell it for one reason or another, you can only resell it um for the same price. However, do remember that with that ruling, Ticketmaster can only control their own website. They cannot control the website of other website, like other resell website. It's only restricted to their own website. Okay, so that's where you are for Club Suite. 20 people. If it is WrestleMania level, it's 26,500 plus inflation. So let's say 35,000. So divided by 20, that's where you'll be. That is if the person that's not isn't greedy. They just decide to be fair with the price. So that is what I calculated to 1750. Yeah. So right around that for one person. Now, some idiot was trying to sell PTD ticket at StubHub for 18,000. I think that someone actually bought it. So just leveling off expectation because this is not going to be cheap. So if somebody's actually willing to rent a suite, that's where you'll be. 35,000. So they usually ask you for a non-refundable down payment. For a suite, this for a stadium. If it is an arena suite, they're a little bit more loose on that. They ask you for a down payment, but you can actually get that back. But for an event like this, if it is like a big, they know that there's going to be a huge demand, they won't give you back your down payment. And the down payment is like 5 grand or something. So it's a lot of risk, a lot of risk. I wanted to become a stay, but the fandom was too annoying. Okay, so that's where you are um for Allegiant. Okay, general price range for suites. It could be up to $75,000. Again, it all depends on the event. For Taylor Swift, it did go up to 75,000. How do you actually rent a suite? You have to get in touch with the stadium itself. So, and then there are some people who said that they experienced paying 1500 to 2 grand for some of the events. I remember there was an army who posted her experience in joining someone else's suite. She paid at that time 1750 $1,750, and that was Love Yourself in SoFi. So that included food, and then of course VIP entrance. Of course, many of you have joined me in the suite, so you kind of know the perks. And yeah, so at that time she paid 1750, and that was Love Yourself. So so it's not gonna go for 1750 this time. It's not gonna go for 1750. You have to at least add 50. But if you really want to be realistic, go add 100%. So double that. We do not bash other fandoms except bunnies. Please stop. We are Stray Kids fans along with is there somebody? Okay. So I don't know. Moon 7853. Yeah, we don't w- in this group, and the my followers know that I actually am a fan of Stray Kids. I actually a lot of times I talk about them, their achievements, especially during the concert, their last tour. And my fans, my followers actually know that I'm waiting for the final accounting of the entire tour because I think they're going to end up the highest grossing tour for a K-pop act. So we're just waiting for the final numbers because I know it's not everything is reported, and I know that Stray Kids still has several encore to do, which is going to add to the total. So they'll probably end up being the highest ranking fandom. So sorry, highest grossing tour. So no bashing here. We love Stray Kids. Also, I was surprised in the Are You Sure? Um, Last episode, I think Jungkook mentioned that he's a close friend of Bang Chan because he said Shani, and there's only one Shani I know of. Well, I could be wrong. There could be several Shanis. There could be several Shanis in K-pop, but he's the one I know, and they are same date, same age range. So I thought that's probably like, yeah, that's probably like Bang Chan. So I hope we could see their interaction more in the future. Okay. So Moon don't no bashing of Stray Kids here, sorry. We don't even bash Blackpink. So this is a boring group, I guess. Okay, next. So this is for SoFi. I've discussed a little bit of it. The last time that there was an army who reported her experience during Love Yourself, she paid 1750. And so for the suite, it could go anywhere. The smaller suite, it could be anywhere between 87 to 12,500. Again, this is the low end. Okay, this is low end. Mid-range concert suite rentals is 15,000, and then broader luxury suite range, say 8,000 to 100,000. What a range. Okay. Um so yeah, there's a lot to consider, and that's a huge range for everybody. But it's a lot of the people, if you are getting distracted by somebody in the chat, just block the person. Just block the person. And let's continue talking about the price range, because this is important, because I want everybody's expectation to be leveled off. We're all excited. I don't want us to be like super disappointed when we can't afford it. Okay? Okay. So um that's where we'll be. If people, so in the questionnaire that I sent out, there are 4 people who said they are willing to rent out a suite and then have people join them, which I'm super grateful for. But I guess it still depends on how much the suite is going to end up being, right? And also, the other thing that we do need to consider is that if you commit to a suite, the person that will be renting it, it will be under her name, it will be her credit card. You're going to have to pay the down payment, because that's the only way the person will be able to secure the suite. And if you pay the down payment, it's non-refundable. So it's just, there's, you have to level off the expectation. We all would love, we would love to all be in a suite. I would love to rent a suite. But consider that. So for example, if I rent a suite and they ask for a 5 grand down payment and there are 20 people, this is just an example, okay? This is just an example. I don't know how much it's going to be. Then everybody who commits to my suite, I'm going to have to ask for a down payment from you as well. And because they're not refunding it, if for whatever reason you don't push through with it, then I'm going to have to be very clear to you that I won't be able to refund your ticket. Is that okay? Right? So think about that. Think about that before you make further plans. All right. Um, who's hyperventilating about ticket prices? So that's the reality of the situation. The other option is to just buy a regular ticket, join everybody else. So always make sure that your membership is valid. Okay, I make sure that you have membership. I would also suggest get at least one more. So there are 2 people that are trying to secure a ticket for you. Okay, so that is if you want the regular price ticket, like just the regular tickets. So personally, what I want is to just be able to buy one good ticket, like one good seat, because I want to watch more than once, right? I always do. You know that. So in all the times that you've been with me, in some of the concerts, you know that I watch all of the shows in that stop. So I want at least one good seat, and then the rest can be like nosebleed. I don't care. I just want to be able to experience one good concert, and the rest could be just a nosebleed, just so I could be a part of the experience. So that's where I am. My target is Allegiant, just because I want the full experience to be great, and the entire city is designed for that. So, everything is walkable, security is good, all of those stuff. But beggars can be choosers. So if I am unable to do it in Allegiant, I'll take any state. So that's where I am. But for everybody that's in Patreon and hoping to actually get a suite, that's where the situation is. That's where that is what we're facing. It's going to be probably upwards of 20-30 grand for each suite, and there's going to be a non-refundable down payment. So it is for, like, for arenas. So in the suite that I rented for Jin, I gave everybody a copy of the contract, the one that they sent to me that I signed. You guys still have a copy of that. I'm sure if you don't, then it's still in the email. You can actually see there that the 500 down payment is refundable. That is not the case if it is a stadium suite. In a stadium suite, it's non-refundable and it's higher, so it's more expensive. So that's where we're at. Okay. Next, fan reported experience. So any kind of suite just for ordinary concerts, not like BTS. 15 grand for 15 people. Okay. This is SoFi. Do we have any idea when they may announce tour dates? I honestly thought it was going to be Christmas. It didn't happen. So maybe New Year. Maybe New Year. Now, the only reason they're not announcing, I think, I'll get there. Okay, so probably New Year. Okay, so fan reported 15 grand. There are talks of BTS, and I will talk about this in the rumor section. There are talks of BTS actually booking bigger stadiums. And this is to allow for more people to be able to attend the concert. I've mentioned this before that they're probably going to be doing stops in states that they have never visited before because usually they'd go and visit and stop in standard areas like New York, Chicago, probably Texas, Florida, of course, LA, Seattle, San Francisco. But this time it's probably they are looking into, at least that's what people are saying. They're looking into visiting some other states. And Michigan Stadium apparently, excuse me. So Michigan Stadium apparently has more than 100,000. The capacity of the stadium is actually 100,000. So you're probably going to be um so okay, they might there are some rumors that they will be looking in they are looking into venues that are bigger than what we are used to. Okay, next is maybe waiting for the Jin's concert film to show first, probably. So just to give everybody an idea, this is the average ticket price for regular tickets. Okay, so we're done with suites. Let's go to regular tickets. So I got gathered some of the ticket prices of different acts, different levels, so they have an idea where you want to place them. So for Taylor Swift Eras Tour, it could be anywhere between 49 to 600 tickets. And this is non VIP. Okay, so VIP, it's above 1 grand, always above 1 grand. In fact, in SoFi, above 2 grand. So that is VIP section. So that's floor. Okay. And then, but if you want to go like about like the nosebleed tickets, then you are looking at about 600, 500, something like that. That's her ticket pricing. So summary face value anywhere between 600 and VIP is 1 grand and above. And then for Beyonce, this is her range. It is 243. So her average everything is $243 face value, but they average everything, okay? Just want to make sure. For floor tickets, it was above 2 grand for Beyonce. And then she made the nosebleed tickets very affordable. So she was like 75, 35, especially the ones on the side. She did open the limited view tickets just to allow people who may not have the resources but still be able, to buy good price tickets. She just opened that just so she can give those people a chance to watch. And so when they averaged, they landed at 243 face value. But again, for floor, it was 1,200 to 2 grand. Okay, that's for Beyonce. And then for resale, they said that the most common ticket price was like 3 grand for Beyonce. Okay. And then so for Coldplay, theirs is the most affordable of the three. Some tickets were around 100, nosebleed tickets and also upper box tickets 100, and then average general seating area, not floor, not lower box, is about 250. Okay. And then so base ticket is about 100 to 250, and then the resale value went to about 130, between 130 to 500. What do you get for VIP? I know very little about tickets. So usually if it's a VIP, you're there for the sound check. So you get early entrance, you're there for the sound check, and then you have like some goodies. There's some giveaways like lanyards, some stuff. That's what you get for the VIP tickets. I hope BTS goes gold play and a little more Okay. How do you, what do you, talking about anything specific can influence stocks so they can get into trouble for stock manipulation for mentioning anything. Okay. So Chris Martin has had an amazing stages for the huge stadiums from small to round. Oh, for the rounds. Yeah. Someone was asking about the 360 degrees. Um, that's a possibility. I don't think they are going to be doing that primarily because of logistics. Well, it could change. I think it has something to do with the staging. Because if you have 360, you're really left with nothing. There's nothing there, you have no backdrop basically. So if there are some videos that you want to show, you're going to be relying on the jumbotron, which is not the best option for you. So, if they want to present some narrative for the concert, they probably won't do it. I'm just guessing. Who knows? um, okay, next is I'm late, sorry, but I don't understand why V gave information about sweets and ticketing. Did he get a promotion? No, 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 no. These are two different topics. All right. So V, we're done and we're now talking about sweets and ticket prices. So here is your summary. For Taylor Swift, 49 to 600. For Beyonce, 180 to 250. And Coldplay is 150 to 250. These are the nosebleeds, like upper level tickets. For VIP, a grand above for both Taylor Swift and for Beyonce, and then for Coldplay, it's 500 and above. So that's your ticker range. So now it depends on you where you want to put BTS there, but that's what you're working with. Next. So here are some of the stadiums that they played for each of these acts. So for Coldplay in the US, they played at MetLife, SoFi, Rose Bowl, Soldier Field, Levi Stadium, Hard Rock Stadium, Lumen Field, Lincoln Financial Field. That's for the US. And then for Europe, they actually did 10 days in stadium. Sorry, stadium. Sorry, 10 days in Wembley Stadium, Principality Stadium. They did Stade de France, but anyway, okay. So San Siro, Estadio, Olympia Stadion. Did I pronounce that correctly? Olympia Stadion, Berlin. Estadi Olympic Louis Companies and Friends Arena. Okay, that's for your Europe. And then for Asia, Tokyo Dome. It's a dome, but it's actually stadium scale. National Stadium, Raja Mangala National Stadium, Gelora Bongkarno Stadium, and Narendra Modi Stadium. Okay, that's for Asia. And then for Taylor Swift, these are some of her stops: MetLife, SoFi, Arrowhead, Soldier Field. She extensively did different stadiums in the US. Arrowhead, Soldier Field, AT&T Stadium, Levi Stadium, Gillette Stadium, Lumen Field, Hard Rock Stadium, Nissan Stadium, Acrisure Stadium, Paycor Stadium, NRG Stadium, retractable roof. Okay. That's where she went for her stadiums in the US. For Europe, she did Wembley, Aviva Stadium, Groupama, Pare Olympic, Lianois. Did I correct pronounce that correctly? Lioness. I don't know. Okay, let me know how it's pronounced. Santiago Bernabeu Stadium, Allianz Arena, San Siro Stadium, Let's Grand Stadium. NRG has lousy acoustics. San Siro, Johan Cruyff Arena, and Friends Arena. Okay, I'm curious as to how to pronounce Lyonnais. Let me know. Okay, so those are her stadiums. I think that's going to give you an idea on where they might be stopping. However, one of the biggest talk in the industry is that they are going to be stopping. They are going to be doing some unexpected things, like things that other acts haven't done, and playing on stadiums that you wouldn't be expecting them to play. Okay. Next, do you have questions before I move on to the next? I have some videos I wanted to show you. What is this? This was like this was a Japanese show. Leon? Leon? Did I pronounce that correctly? So this is a Japanese show, and in this game, this was funny because they were going to ask for um they were being asked to pull the strings, and um whoever, and then some, at least two people will actually end up with a connected string. That was the game. So okay, so that's the game. They will pull the string, each of them will pull the string, and then two people will end up with connected strings. That's the game. Okay, so that's the Japanese red string of faith. Okay, red string of faith. Okay.
小指にね入れてくださいね
This is
小
what
指にね
happened.
はい。赤飯
小指にね入れてくださいね
小指にですよね。絶対小指にはめた方がいいんですよね。
そうです小指にはめてください
Guess who's going to pull? Who's going to end up? Who's going to get connected? Guess who's going to get connected? Okay.
あれだけ結構
ただ、はめればいいよ。
行き
できました。
行きましょうはいできましたそしたらそれでは運命の人を決めてくださいどうぞ
いくよパパパパ
ちょっと待ってちょっと待ってちょっと待ってちょっと待ってちょっと待って
No, nobody. So the host said it was the very first time where the string got entangled. So they were all just connected. That was the ending. That's like they were trying to untangle it and they couldn't. And the host said, "This is amazing. This is the first time it has ever happened where it's actually everyone just ended up being connected." It was so funny. They do a lot of this in Japanese shows. So all seven, I've seen this. Yeah. Okay. So question. Someone was asking me a question. Am I going to set up a WhatsApp? So um, for the BTS planning, the next stage is for me to set up either a WhatsApp or a Discord. So WhatsApp actually worked great for us for Jin's tour and for J Hope's tour. People were able to connect. They had a great time and they had an easy time to getting in touch with each other. Because I wasn't involved in every group because the group were set up by the city. So, for example, LA had their own, Seattle had their own, New York had their own, Texas, Europe, and whatever. So, I'm not really in every group, primarily because I don't have to. There were admins for each group, and it's still alive. It's still there. I think people are still using it. So, that worked great. The WhatsApp actually worked great. The only problem is that there were some things that we still had to use an outside app for. So, for example, in LA, I think they were organizing a meetup and they had to know the um like the time where each person will be landing and when each person is going to be leaving so that they can organize their like meetups and tours and whatever. So we still had to use outside apps because of that. And um but other than that, everything worked great. Now, someone told me that Discord might be a better option because you can actually integrate the app within the app. So you can connect different apps in the app. So, for example, something like that, something like a list or something that's very easy on Discord. So we're testing it. And a lot of, so I posted it on Patreon. It ended up with, well, apparently a lot of you are already on Discord. So they're like, yeah, I'll help you test. So the next step is I am going to set up the testing for the Discord channel. Um, After this live, I'll start inviting people and we'll just test and see if it actually works great. Then maybe we can use that. But WhatsApp is definitely an option because we've used it before, as I've said, and it worked great. I mean, it's some sort of an extension on Patreon in the community, but a lot of people are still using it. Okay, so the other question is, so if you want to join the tour, like the group in any kind, because some people are actually flying in, some people are going to another state or will be watching BTS in multiple states. So if you want company, and of course, we're planning to do some tours. Like, for example, if we actually get a tickets in South Korea. Some of us are going to go to South Korea and we'll do some sort of like a BTS pilgrimage. We're going to be visiting different locations or venues that BTS that are connected to BTS. So that a lot of ifs, a lot of ifs. If we get tickets, if we get blah blah blah. So of course we need to organize all of that. So if you want to join, go to Patreon. You will see the post there. You will see the link and then you just register there, just fill up the form so that we know which group to put you in so that you can get connected to the group itself. At least the intention. You want the intent, that you are intending to go to that state or that venue or whatever. Now, of course, as we all know, it's going to be very, very expensive. So, it's all up to or everything is still up in the air. We're waiting for the announcement. So we still connect on WhatsApp. Yeah. So WhatsApp is still there. I did not delete it. And there are admins there. So I don't have to be there for you to get accepted to the group. The admins have control. Like if they need to kick people out, if they need to accept people or invite people, they can do it themselves. So it's still there. So, okay, I'm having an issue with Patreon that I haven't fixed, hopefully soon. So for Discord, what is the name to find you? It is Asian Entertainment and Culture, Asian EAC, but I haven't tested. We're still testing it. So there are some people who volunteered to test it with me. So I'll be sending invitations after this one. After dinner, I'll send out invitations and then we'll start testing and see if which one's better. They also said that in Discord, I can actually do exclusive like streams. So as you know, one of the problems that I encounter with YouTube is that if I want, for example, to watch Are You Sure? Just do a live reaction or a live viewing, I'm so limited because they're going to block me. They're going to take down the post. But they said I can do it in Discord. So that's another advantage. I don't know. Let's see what's going to happen. Okay. The entire process for everyone is going to be entertaining. I won't have my hat in the ring. Why do I feel like getting a text will feel like tornado? I want to stick my head between my knees and kiss. it is going to be. It is going to be very, very tough. It's BTS after all. But yeah, so I'm looking forward to actually setting that up. I've been requesting for Patreon to set up different like features that you guys requested. So I've been like following up when are you going to do this? One of which is just like setting up extra channels. Like right now we're limited to 10. And I kind of want to open several channels that yeah, just several chat channels. I can't because we're limited to 10 and I asked Patreon to give me 5 more or whatever. I don't know. So maybe this will actually solve it. Okay. So any other questions before I move on to the next topic? So just go to Patreon and then in Patreon you will see the post for the BTS concert planning, BTS tour planning, I think is the title of the post. Just click that and you will be asked to fill up a form, fill that up, and then just allow me some time to organize all the chat channels. I'm going to have my adult son I'm going to have my adult son handle the purchase for me because it's too stressful for me. Sounds like you're a busy. It's a bit scary about getting tickets. Please check your profile and payment info on Ticketmaster. Oh my goodness. Yes. Oh my goodness is the right way. Patreon is not very responsive. It isn't now. It's not very responsive. I don't know what's up with them, but if they rest on their laurels, they're going to be dethroned. Okay. Lollapalooza and Coachella. So here are some more rumors that I wasn't able to finish the last time that I was talking about this. Just remember, these are rumors, okay? So things are moving so fast. So just for everybody's information, when I hear this um from industry friends of mine, it's usually that one important detail is missing. So for example, someone tells me, like one person is going to tell me, "Oh, Coachella is inviting an act to do this." Uh, and so it's like, I know it's Coachella. I don't know who they're inviting. Or it could be that this is just an example. Oh, Beyonce is talking to a festival. So, like, I know it's Beyonce. I don't know which festival they're talking about. So, it's usually one important detail is missing. That's how the rumors get to me. So, I don't know. There is a certain festival that's offering BTS to do something special. So, it's like a special, it's not like an ordinary, you're going to be a headliner kind of thing. They're inviting BTS, they're giving them something special. So I don't know. It could be their entire own day in the entire festival, or it could be like, for example, this is just an example and this is just a rumor. Like, and the names weren't I don't know which festival basically. So this just say, for example, Lollapalooza Festival is going to have a special festival just for BTS. Could be something like that. But they said that they're offering something special for BTS. Whether or not BTS is going to accept is an entirely different story, but they are being offered. Okay. Keep BTS away from Coachella and the Grammys. I do think personally, I do not think that BTS is going to benefit from a festival. I don't think they are in that stage in their career when they would need it. Um, Primarily because at this stage in time, what they need and what the fans need is time with them, right? It's one thing if they've been active for a while, um, then yeah, maybe doing something like this would be beneficial. But they've been in hiatus for a long time. Fans have been waiting. That it's kind of better if it is like just armies and BTS. So if it is something special, like a Lollapalooza special, for example, um, sure, right? That would be great because it's just going to be limited to armies. But then, on the other hand, if it is something like that, why need the festival? Why can't they just do it on their own? So I don't know. That's just my. I feel like they're not going to benefit from it. Not at this stage. They could in the future. Just at this stage, it's more about BTS and armies. Okay. Coachella is a dying festival. There's a lot of influencers there. It's a festival of influencers. Okay. And then, so the SK government, I've mentioned this before, the SK government is setting up allegedly some sort of a BTS pilgrimage tourism offer. Something like, you can buy that entire thing. So what's usually happening now is that if you go, for example, to a tourism agency, the tourism agency has like a travel agency, I guess, a travel agency can book everything for you and also secure a ticket for you because they have a connection with the venue. Now, those are unofficial, meaning BTS is not endorsing that. What SK government is planning to do is make it official. So you buy your hotel, you book your hotel, your plane ticket, your ticket to the concert, and then also do a tour in South Korea, for example. So you're going to be going to places that's meaningful to BTS or connected to the history of BTS. So, but this time it's going to be a like an official one, like something that they are actually going to be endorsing and is going to be allegedly, that's the offer they have. I don't know if they have accepted, but some media, Korean media actually already wrote about it, that there's like an official invitation from the government to do something special. But allegedly this is one of them, like a BTS pilgrimage tourism offer. Let's see, rumor. Another rumor is the Korean Cultural Center, not just in Los Angeles, but all over the world. They have different Korean Cultural Center. If you want to study Korean or if you want to study cooking or anything about their culture, you can go and visit Korean Cultural Center in your country. If it's close enough, you can actually attend in-person classes. So, and they are connected to the tourism agency in South Korea. but they also raise their own funding. They also earn for themselves, like through like classes, or they sell stuff and stuff like that. So this time they're setting up something special which they have never done before for the tour of BTS. So they are going to be offering new programs. There will be like again rumors, okay, and these are being offered to BTS. Whether or not BTS is going to accept it's an entirely different matter altogether. So they want to do a like a museum for BTS. So the intention is that because this is something official and it carries the name of the Korean government or their own country officially, then it's going to be a bigger deal for everybody. Okay, if they could stop persecuting PD Bang, that would be nice. um, I want to learn how to make kimchi. They have classes, so they have cooking classes. They have etiquette classes, so they'll teach you like the basic etiquettes of bowing, tonality of your words. Literature classes. They have film viewings. They have a lot of activities. So go to Korean Cultural Center and sign up so that you get alerted whenever they have new activities. Okay. Will JK ever put out a cookbook? Didn't say he would not. They must have a full team fielding all that offers from all over the place. Probably because there are a lot. So I know that in LA, there's one cultural center, and then there's one in Paris, there's one in San Francisco, New York, Florida, Seattle. They're like everywhere. And so just coordinating all of these things, that's already like a job and a half. And then if you add other things, which I will be discussing in a bit, that's more like for from private companies and all of those stuff. So yes, it's a lot. um BTS already does museum stops. They don't need the government. Okay, so next. Oh, this is a Korean Cultural Center in, this is not LA. Where is this? This doesn't look like LA. Or maybe from the other side. I'm always coming from one side of the Korean Cultural Center. I actually think I posted. So this is some of the activities that they have. So they have like exhibits, galleries that they set up which you can visit. But yeah, it's a great place for you to be. Um Yeah, so cover that Lollapalooza. I don't know if it is Lollapalooza. I don't know what the festival is. I just put Lollapalooza and Coachella because those are the two most popular, but it doesn't mean that they are the ones that are offering. So a festival has offered a special for BTS. So it's a special kind of festival, but I don't see the need for them to do that because they can do it themselves. And then Las Vegas is also pitching something special for BTS. And this is just specific for Vegas. So it's like a festival like concept. If you would remember the last time that they were there when they did a semi residency, they colored the entire city purple, right? And then the hotels, the different hotels near Allegiant, they actually offered army special. So when you enter, the price is actually higher than usual, but when you enter, they kind of give you like different stuff, giveaways, and then it's just easier for you to coordinate things. Like they set up services that will take you from the venue, from their hotel to the venue for the concert. They also gave like guides to people, places that they could visit where BTS actually shot their music videos, stuff like that. So they made it easy, and it worked really well because the entire city is actually designed for something like this. Okay, so now they're pitching something bigger, like more official. All of the efforts done um by Vegas then were a little bit more of like a voluntary kind of thing. So what happened was that Vegas itself readied itself. So they had like traffic enforcers, police officers, ready, deployed, because they want to make sure that everything is safe and all those stuff. Okay, so that's one. But then they sent out like a notice to different hotels that this is something that you can do. If you want to participate, you're going to get a lot of attention because armies are going to be booking their tickets and stuff like that. This is something that you can do. So, but it wasn't a voluntary kind of thing. So if you do it, you do it. Something like that. So what happened? So that is why even when Big Hit themselves mentioned Vegas, it wasn't like a specific kind of thing. They just said something like, "Oh, Vegas turned purple" or whatever. It's all because everything that all the hotels did was voluntary. It wasn't an official city endorsed kind of activity. I hope that's clear. But this time they want to make something official because they want to make it like a bigger kind of deal. So outside of Allegiant, there's going to be live viewing. So there will be locations outside of Allegiant where you can actually witness the concert. And there's going to be one more venue. They want to set up some of the hotels so that you can go to that hotel for a museum tour, like an exhibit. There's going to be an exhibit in, just an example, like Bellagio and MGM and all of those hotels. So, but let's see if that is something that BTS will be accepting. In effect, if they do this, they are most likely going to do a semi residency. Not a residency, it's a semi residency, meaning they're just going to be doing some more venues some more dates in that venue. So let's see if they are going to agree to that. Okay. We have a Koreatown in Aurora, where I live, uniting heritage and Hallyu, Denver's debut Colorado Korean Cultural Festival. Okay. But I have Vegas, yes. So again, rumors, unconfirmed. Let's see if it's going to something that BTS is going to achieve, that's going to agree to. This is my personal guess, just my guess. I think there's going to be a BTS Global Day, or maybe a 7 to 10 day BTS cultural window in each of the city that they are going to be visiting. So this is coming from brand activations that I'm hearing. So as you know, marketing is my field. A lot of the connections that I have is in marketing, advertising. So I get a lot of inside information. So I know for a fact that a lot of brands are offering them something. That's all I know. Whether or not they're going to be accepting that is an entirely different matter altogether, because the one thing that's easier now is that there is Hybe America that's coordinating everything. So they're kind of getting all the offers, getting it sent to BTS, and then hearing about the decision whether or not BTS is going to accept it or not. So there's like just the amount of brands that I hear is expressing their interest in participating in the brand activation, and also the ones that are pitching. So there are two types, right? One is a brand can pitch a concept. Like, for example, this is just an example. If I am, name a brand, I don't know, like Coca Cola, for example. Coca Cola says, okay, I am going to sponsor your army village in every venue for all of your stops in the US. I'll sponsor that. So they will be in charge of, for example, the army village, like the exhibit, on-site exhibit and activity center for armies that armies can visit during the concert, after the concert, before the concert and stuff. Okay. So that's a concept that Coca-Cola can pitch. Now, it is also possible that the concept is coming from Hybe or from Big Hit. And they say, okay, we have a concept. Let's say Army Village. Hybe America, go and look for sponsors. Okay, so then the pitch deck for that concept is going to go to this people, to these brands, and then whoever is interested is going to go and say, okay, I am willing to. Usually there are 3 to 5 tiers of sponsorships. And for example, Coca Cola can say, okay, I want to be tier one, the most expensive. I want to be the co presenter of this village or something. So there are two different types. Now, the amount of brands that I am hearing is expressing their intention of joining the activations, and the amount of brands that I'm hearing are actually submitting their own pitch. It's a big, big festival. So it's most likely the reason they have been holding off on the announcement. It's because if you coordinate something like this, it takes time. It takes a lot of time. So yeah, that's probably one of the reasons they haven't said anything yet, because the scale is too big. There are too many moving parts. And usually you want to make sure that you are all covered, like all the activities that they're going to be setting up, it's all covered financially before they even say something. Okay. It's cool, but my friends who went to Wicked were scared just walking up and setting up so high. It's really high though. It's like almost completely vertical. Almost completely vertical. Okay, you're talking about something else, right? Okay. Um okay, so that's for today. I will be continuing that for my members only live stream. I'll be talking about it with more details just on the brands that are actually offering BTS to sponsor BTS in one way or another. The guys must be going through crazy watching their madness. It is. There's a lot, and also there are bidding wars that are happening. So for example, Vegas Dome, oh, I hope they don't do it there. So I don't want sorry, so there's also bidding wars that are happening in the sponsorship, because it's not just one brand that want to become the main sponsor. So usually the co-presenter is, like, for example, our BTS presents Army Village in cooperation with, if you've heard about that, right? You've heard of brands like that. So in cooperation with Coca-Cola or Pepsi or, I don't know, Apple or something like that. Those are co-presenters. Those are the biggest ones. And then it could be that they are sponsoring a specific segment. For example, if they want to give away like a bottle of water to armies or something like that, um, they could have their own, like they could sponsor their own booths and whatever. Um, so the army village, if it actually, I don't know if that's how they're going to be calling it, if they ever pursue that, if they ever want to, um if it actually materializes, it's a lot of work, it's a lot of brands that will be participating in it. So yeah, is the members only stream tomorrow? That's a good question. So then my next, for the public live stream, McDonald's probably gonna do something with them. You know what? Here's a clue. Whoever ends up, if the army village actually if they actually push through with the army village, if there are brands there that is not in partnership with them, you know that they're courting BTS. Because that's one way of staying within the conversation, is by actually sponsoring them in one form or another. But yes, I think McDonald's is definitely the sponsors, that the regular sponsors that they have right now, brand partners that they have right now, they're going to be there. MLB, good night, everybody. There needs to be a filter to keep out toxic solo shippers from the ticketing. I don't know how they're going to do that. Um, yeah, I don't know how they're going to be doing that, but there has to be, there has to be a block button that is visible in the ticketing, right? One thing that I know is that they will not be worried about not selling out the tour. I think that's going to be the fastest sellout in history. Um, but so I think one thing that they can do is actually block people that have been toxic towards BTS. Um, Good night, Elizar. I'm glad they chose good products. They choose good products. Sylvia NYC, yes, and fake armies too, AKOT6 or lower. Wonder who will be doing their stage costumes. Asian entertainment and culture. Yeah, my love for Lene products. Everyone, it's being partnering with BTS is like Hunger Games for brands. That I can tell you. Especially the ones that are very picky with their partners is like Hunger Games. So I have this friend of mine who's preparing for a pitch for a brand. She's preparing the pitch of the brand to BTS, and it's driving her nuts because it's always about, how are you going to convince this member who absolutely does not need the money to actually partner with you? It's like they don't need money. So how are you going to convince them? You know, the amount of money that they're earning from McDonald's itself is enough to carry them through several years of not working. Um, so yeah, it's so hard to convince somebody to work with you when they don't need it. Praying for if they live stream one of the concerts, that will never sell out. That there also needs to be stricter guidelines on signs people can hold up on concerts. Some messages should be banned. My daughter-in-law loves Lador and Lene products. I got for her in Christmas. Brands and Army are both in Hunger Games. Yikes. I'd be petrified. Okay. So I've already disclosed the next steps for the BTS tour planning. I've already leveled off your expectations, hopefully, so you know better to expect how much you know how much to how what to expect in terms of pricing. And I will be sending out invitations for the Discord to test it out and see if it's actually a better one than WhatsApp. If not, we're just going to be staying in WhatsApp. However, the WhatsApp groups are still alive. They're still there. They're still chatting, and each of the group has their own admin there. So you don't need me guys to accept invitations or kick people out. The admins can do it themselves. But I will say hi there every now and then. Please post your website and Patreon. Okay, so this is the website before I go. Please visit asianentertainmentandculture.com. And then for Patreon, it's just asianeac.com. So please go there, register. And if you want to join us in the tour as we plan, go ahead and head over there. Okay, thank you very much, people. Thank you for joining me here and all positive things, okay? See you on Monday. Bye.